Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is Monday, another episode of the Monday Talks. I hope everybody had a pleasant weekend today. It's going to be a little different, with it being November the 11th, Veterans Day here in the United States, Remembrance Day in Canada, and I believe the UK and abroad, and it's also under other holiday names. So it's going to be a bit of a different episode. There's not going to be any snarky commentary, anything like that, because today is a somber day of remembrance of those that have served, are serving, and possibly are no longer here because they have served. Just a quick brief history, and then we're going to open up one pack of one pack of cards that came from Milo. For those that don't know or have forgotten, Veterans Day, Remembrance Day, is to celebrate the armistice with Germany that essentially ended the major hostilities, the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in the year 1918. Initially, it was called Armistice Day because of the armistice with Germany, but I believe it was in 1954 that the U.S. changed it to Veterans Day at the urging of several big veterans groups, and it has been Veterans Day ever since. So if you are a veteran, and I know there are a lot of veterans out there in the YouTube community, I want to give you first a very heartfelt and genuine thank you for your service, and to all those that have family either still serving or have served, thank you as well. And, you know, it's one of those days to just remember and be thankful for the sacrifices that others have made, and allows us to continue to be here and do what we are doing. And like I said, this pack came from Milo at Trading Cards, and it is rather fitting. It is a Historic Autographs, 1945, the end of World War II. I have opened this stuff on the channel in the past, and anything history related, it's going to be my jam. So I figure what better way than to just sit and just take in and relax and appreciate the beauty of the day that will be coming. There we go. There's a big name right there, Chester C. Nimitz. When you get a class of aircraft carrier named after you, you've done something. Not since the rank of Admiral of the Navy expired with the death of George Dewey in 1917 had there been a 5-star admiral in the U.S. Navy. Beginning in 1944, a total of 4 were promoted. Fleet Admiral Chester W. Nimitz was confirmed on December 19th, 1944. Very good shot of Admiral Nimitz there. Here, the Bernard Law Montgomery. Montgomery awarded Order of Victory. Field Marshal Bernard Law Montgomery of Great Britain became the first non-Soviet and only the 11th person in history, I added that, only the 11th person to be awarded the Order of Victory. It was awarded for conducting combat operations involving one or more army groups and resulting in a, quote, successful operation within the framework of one or several fronts resulting in radical change of the situation in favor of the Red Army, end quote. There you go. Shout out Canada. NHL Championship. And there, that is just a really crazy shot. I love those old-time pictures. The Maple Leafs won the first of 3 games of the series without giving up a single goal. The Red Wings got their offense on track, winning Game 4 5-3, and then proceeded to shut out the Leafs in the next 2 games. With the series tied 3-3, the Leafs prevailed 2-1 on the road in Detroit to win the Stanley Cup. God, if pictures could talk. Oh, we're getting all the admirals. William F. Halsey, good old Bull Halsey. Not since the rank, yep, we saw that beginning there. Fleet Admiral William Halsey Jr. was confirmed on December 11th, 1945. So, so when was Nimitz? December 19th, 1944, so he outranked Bull Halsey by a little under a year. That is really cool. Oh, here we go. I love these, the old ticket cards. The NFL, the NFL Championship. Cleveland Rams. What is this? Cleveland Rams Western Champions versus Eastern Champions. World's Professional Football Championship. The game was decided by a safety as a first quarter Sammy Baugh pass struck the goalpost, which at the time were on the goal line, not the back of the end zone. And that is true. I think it was up until, I want to say even sometime in the 70s before they moved the goalposts back to the back of the end zone. By the rule of the day, this was a safety, and Washington lost to the Rams 15-14. The play in the championship game loss would lead to a rule change known as the Baugh-Marshall rule, which made any forward pass that struck the goalpost to be, here it actually says it, to be ruled an incomplete pass. The rule was in effect until 1974 when the goalposts were moved to the back of the end zone. And I often wondered that. Because I actually didn't, I may have known, but I had forgotten. That, because nowadays they say the referee is considered part of the field. So if a pass hits the referee or a player collides with the referee, there's nothing that can be done. It is essentially the referee is part of the field. And I did not know that's how the goalposts worked. And because, honestly, I never really heard of that happening. But it just happened to Sammy Baugh. The penultimate card, and then we actually have a relic that I saw down there. So thank you, Milo. The liberation of the Philippines. There we are. Sorry for the bad focus. After almost a full year of fighting, after returning to the Philippines, General MacArthur had finally removed the Japanese from the Philippine homeland. The Japanese Army of the Philippines believed the recordings of the Japanese surrender on August 15th were fakes and did not officially surrender for almost 3 more weeks. And since I did see a relic, which is cool because, thank you, Milo, the one pack has us a relic. Let us get a blocker for some drama reveal, I should say. There we go. And we have, let's do the reveal and who do we got? We've got a helmet. What's 1 bar? Is that Lieutenant? I think 1 bar is the Lieutenant. But it is a uniform, I'm guessing. Yep, some sort of uniform relic. Ralph Houck. Hawk, I guess Hawk, and they spelled it differently, enlisted in the armed forces in July 1944, serving with Company 1, 89th Cavalry Reconnaissance Squadron of the 9th Armored Division. He rose to the rank of Major. Okay, so this picture was taken earlier because Major is what is it? I think it's a gold oak cluster. The source of his Yankees nickname, Major. Okay. Houck was a combat veteran of Bastogne and the Battle of the Bulge. Actually, Mel Brooks was also in the Battle of the Bulge, and was awarded the Silver Star with an oak leaf cluster, the Bronze Star with an oak leaf cluster, and a Purple Heart. This relic comes from authentic World War II. Okay, so it may not be Major Houck's uniform, but still, that is a World War II era uniform, and that is a very big swatch and a very, 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 it's one of those humbling cards, and I think rather fitting for today because you think about what that uniform relic was and who may have worn it. It could have been somebody, some 18, 19-year-old kid who was sent over, just as my grandfather was when he joined the service in he actually did basic training not far from here in the Finger Lakes region at Samson Base. It became an Air Force base after that, but at the time it was a Navy thing, and they actually told me we got him up there and he was looking around, remembered everything, and he pointed out to Seneca Lake. And anybody familiar with the geography of that region, Seneca Lake is one of the bigger Finger Lakes. And I said, well, where did you actually do your boat training? Because he was in the Navy. He pointed out at the lake, and he said, out there. And I guess they took whaling boats out there on Seneca Lake in the 4 or 5 weeks they had there to prepare for them going overseas. And, this was 1943. He graduated high school in 1942, so he was a 19-year-old kid. I couldn't imagine, and that I believe is the importance of today. It's Remembrance Day, which is a very fitting name because it is a day of remembering. And we remember those who gave everything for us. In a lot of cases, many young men gave literally their all. And to everybody that did so, I know I, for one, am truly humbled and grateful for your service. And to all veterans out there, once again, thank you for your service. Thank you for doing what you do and what you have done to help make it so that, we can continue to sit here and shoot the breeze, as it were. But that's it. It's a little bit of a change up, but on a day like today, I do believe it truly warrants it. So thank you, Milo, for the pack. That was awesome. Link to him down below. Thank you to our veterans once again, past and present. Your service means everything, and you are truly, truly appreciated by me and by a lot of other people. And I don't think there's any better way to go out than that. So thank you for joining me. Thank a veteran if you know one or if you see one. Have a great day, and that just continue to be nice to one another. That's just be nice. That's the mantra of the day. So thank you everybody for joining me. We will see you tomorrow.